The Tom O'Brien Show is produced every business day after the market close. Tom takes your phone calls from 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time using the data available at that time.
Let's go to Glenn in Massachusetts. Hey, Glenn, what's going on?
You know what is good for us is Tom O'Brien providing an unbiased source of information for us investors. You don't have an agenda. It's just to cut through everything and to give us the facts. I want to thank you.
Well, I appreciate it, man.
And now, here's Tom O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 2 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone had a great weekend, safe weekend. Let's make it a great night, folks. Let's make it a great week. Let's take a look at one of our 4 agreements. Take action without expecting a reward. Do your best and take action because you love to, not because you expect a reward. When you take action without expecting a reward, you enjoy every action, and you can even receive greater rewards than you ever imagined. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We had the Dow down 130, NASDAQ off 44, S&P's off 15, gold contract up $7.70, trading at $1,517 an ounce. Silver down 3 cents at $35.05. Platinum down $18 at $1,754 an ounce. Copper off 14 pennies at $3.97 a pound. Light sweet crude down 267, trading out at 97.43. You get bonds 30-year up 10 ticks at 125.05. Dollar index up 71 ticks at 76.29. Euros down 10 at 140. Yen is up 30 at 82. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. I want to know what's going on in your world. In the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at them. What do you have? You come down $15. You're at $13.17. You're under the swing point from the 17th, which was $13.18.51. We did volume out here, folks. It's short volume. We did 866 million versus versus on the 17th, which would have been 971. You're going into the first swing point. You're going into. We broke the first one. You're going into the 18th. The bottom of the 18th, the top of the 18th is 13.13. The bottom is 12.94. Bottom line is that this baby is going to be making a run down to March 16th. The highs there were 12.80, the lows were 12.49. Now, in order to get there, volume is going to have to expand. We're short about 40 million shares today. Let's see, 17th. Now he shot about 80 million shares today, coming into that level. You're below, though, however, the breakout area of the 18th. And what we have now is that you have harmony. What I mean specifically is this, is that the Dow Industrials were the only indice that was still above the breakout area of the 22nd and the 18th of February. That got back inside it today. That number, by the way, folks, is 12,389. You're at 12,381 right now. The NASDAQ Composite, we take a look at the Composite. Now, what you have with the Composite is this. Composite also gets hit today, down $44 rather. The Composite came down with 1.8 billion versus the 1.8 billion. You gapped away. The Composite right now at the 27.58. Next stop is down there at the 27.06, and I expect you're going to see the Composite also go into the March 16th area. That March 16th area, the highs out there are the 26.69. The lows are 26.02. Now, let's go to the small caps. So go to the Russell 2000. You take a look at the Russell 2000. What we also did, Russell 2000 comes back. We're under the breakout area also of the 838 from the 18th. Russell 2000 closes out at 814. Now, what 814 does, folks, is this. 814 takes it under both of the swing points from the 18th of April as well as the 17th of May. That is setting up coming into the swing of March 15th. You had many of the ETF structures, the bullish ETF structures, jumped the creek today. They basically just jumped right over. They had been building cars to break those levels. They broke them. They jumped the creek. Now, what is it all about? Well, you know what? This good old dollar, folks. Dollar confirmed today an ABC structure on the way up. market takes conniptions. Right now, it took out the swing point. The swing point that it was going after and took out today was 76.19. We needed 36,000 contracts. You got 38,000. What that does is this is a 5.33 ABC A to B. So the C to D, folks, you took the C point out, took it out with volume, the probability goes up dramatically that the price projection is 80.41. Now, at 80.41, let me tell you something, folks, okay? You get up to those levels, well, with conviction, what you'll see is that that baby will not stop there. The reason I'm saying it is that all you actually need is one more day of dollar trading with conviction, and you've basically built a beautiful head, and we'll see whether we're going to build the shoulder. But if it comes down like that, and I suspect that's what we're going to do, you're going to see a monster counter-trend bounce. Well, we'll find out, in fact, if it's a counter-trend bounce. Bottom line is that this baby just wants to go and go in spades. Bottom line, it wants to go a lot higher right now. When we go take a look at the commodity market out here today, you had sugar come down 4%, copper was off 3.5%, hogs were off 3%, cattle was off 2%, crude oil was off 2.5%, heating oil was off 2.5%. Natural gas turning around. Natural gas wants to go higher. Gold held up. Now let's go take a look at the gold market. Gold is absolutely held up in the face of the dollar going higher. It won't. This is on a longer-term basis. This is just basically bringing more people in, and this is why, folks. When gold came off the highs, what you had is this. Gold came down off the 1577, accelerated big time, 334,000 contracts. We're at 16.90. I suspect gold wants to test out the 1522, which is higher. But what you see is that we got down with 333,000. We went back topside with 198. Now, 198, that was the highs of May 11th. What do we end up doing? Then we come back down with 100,000, 190,000. We're up today on 177. I expect the top of that downdraft will get tested. It looks to me like it won't hold. And why am I saying that? Well, the gold equities themselves continue not only lower, but what they're doing is that they're building cars. A few of these are building cars to break into a new low, which is just absolutely bizarre with gold at highs versus the actual equities. And I suspect on the longer-term basis, what we'll actually see here is this, which is going to be pretty neat. The gold equity started a correction 5 months ago. What I suspect we're going to have when all said and done here is that the gold equities will have already bottomed. The gold contract will be coming back, and that's deviance in spades. But that's the way it looks like it's setting up at this particular point. We take a look at some of the high-volume stocks we had out here today. This is what you had. You had Sprint Nextel was up 10 cents. We had Citigroup down 86. Oracle was off $1.11. We had Wells Fargo down 47. The oil equities, they got hit pretty good. If we take a look inside it, you had ExxonMobil down 90. ConocoPhillips was off $1.28. We had Transocean down at $2.32. Halliburton was off $1.50. Inside the financials, you had BAC down 16 cents. Wells Fargo was off 47. Goldman Sachs was up, was up 85 cents, but that's after Goldman has taken a beating. Goldman has gone straight down from 172 to 135. All that looks to me is that you're setting up another structure on the way downtown. That's the way it looks at this particular point. So, and listen, folks, if you haven't got, or if you want to get some presents out there, my new book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, we're doing a promotion right now, and this is how it works. You can go over to our website at TFNN.com, and right under Breaking News, you're going to see Buy My Book. In the next 33 hours, and that's it, it's 33 hours. It started 36 hours. It's 33 hours left. If you buy the book at either Amazon or BarnesandNoble.com, the book is approximately $17.80. We will double that purchase with Tiger Dollars. And Tiger Dollars, folks, are good for any of the services at TFNN.com. So just to go over it, you double your money in Tiger Dollars if you buy it in the next 33 hours. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Let's go take a look at the XLE, which is the energy. We have an energy out here, Energy Select. The low is 48. The high is 80. This little baby has been topping out, going all the way back to February, folks. And what you had in here last week, you came down with volume, you came off the highs with volume. On May 5th, you came off the highs. On the 12th, this right now is looking to break that whole structure, that structure being the 72.90 area. And, you know, what is going to be wild watching this whole thing play out, folks, is this. Is the CEOs of all these large industrial companies, the last thing they're going to want to do is come on and say they want a weak dollar. But that's exactly what they need. They've been making money, but they've been making most of the money, folks, on the conversion. And now, as soon as the dollar starts to go the other way, what ends up happening, of course, is that they can get hit, and they can get hit pretty hard. And, you know, market-wise, there's plenty of folks that think this is only... you know, when you hear the press, that's, you know, it's been the last couple months. The bottom line, folks, is that you can go back to 2000. It's the direct correlation from 2000. Direct correlation from gold at 252 to gold at 1,541. You can go with a direct correlation from $121 down to 70. That's the way it is. So it's going to be pretty wild watching this out. And, of course, what does end up happening, and this is where the sword comes in, because, of course, people don't want high commodity prices. But if you don't have high commodity prices, what it means specifically is that has been the run. And that's why you saw the Russell 2000 hit new highs first. That, you know, the Dow never got to new highs. The NASDAQ never got even close to a 50% retracement. The S&P didn't get to new highs. But you know what? The Russell 2000 did. And what that was all about, and is all about, was the commodity equities were in the small caps. In fact, some of them were sub-small caps. They get into small caps. That's where the run has been taking place. And, you know, that's where the hit and that's where the correction has been taking place. And that correction, no doubt, in the gold equities has been going on for 5 months. You know, we'll see what happens with the rest of the market. What is pretty incredible is that if you take a look at a couple of copper equities, these things want to break lower, too. You know, Southern Copper, where that's 39% off its highs. It's hitting its lows out here, 33, 34. That basically, it looks like it wants to break about 10 points lower. Freeport McMoran, it saved itself today. You know, we'll see whether it can get a sign of strength. It's been banging that bottom out there at 45.75. So that is building cause also to break to lower price. We'll see if it does it. You break the lower price on the Freeport McMoran, and that is one big personality stock. But the next leg down on that, if in fact you broke, would be a good 15 points, which would just be amazing. We take a look at the XLF, which is inside the financials. What we had inside the financials today, that jumped the creek in spades. That creek was 1579. It's a C you don't want to be in the financials. The next stop down there is about the 1480 right now. We're at 1550. Don't forget, folks, if you want to double your money in the next 36 hours, go to TFNN.com under breaking news. You can buy my book at Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and we'll double it in Tiger dollars. We're going to be right back.
What type of investment